at CEB and we did this research, what we found was the more complex and disruptive the solution, the later the customer ends up engaging the salesperson. They push the salesperson even farther out. Now, that's really bad news, right? It's bad news for salespeople. We're going to talk about that for a moment, but let's unpack a little bit more what's going on here on the customer side of the table. So put yourself in the customer's shoes. This customer who's doing a lot of research online, where are they getting this information? They're going to all of our websites, right? They're going to IntelliSys's website. They're going to the partner organization websites. They're going to the suppliers' websites. They are downloading tons of information about solutions, products, services, features, benefits, case studies. They're using ROI calculators. They're going on LinkedIn and they're asking other people what their experience has been with these different systems and these different solutions. What are the landmines I should avoid stepping on? Who should I think about doing business with and who should I avoid like the plague? They do all this research on their own, then they bundle it all into an RFP and they send it to us and they ask us to compete on price. Now the customer's mindset shifts dramatically right up to that point when they call the salesperson. All the way up to that point, they're very open to new ideas. They're open to understanding who's the best in the marketplace, what solutions should they be considering, et cetera. And as soon as that RFP gets inked and sent to salespeople, their mindset changes entirely. Now they go from who's best and what should I do to who's cheapest and who can I really put the screws to on price. I remember talking to a customer about this, and I asked, I said, you know, this customer's talking about how wonderful it is to be a B2B customer these days because you don't have to sit down with salespeople. You know, you can do all this research online, you put it in an RFP, you send it out to 3 competitors, and you force them to compete on price. It's wonderful, right? You barely have to engage with these folks. And I was like, well, why do you engage with sellers at all? If you can do all this work online, why sit down with a salesperson? And what this person said was perhaps the most depressing comment I've ever heard, which is, well, you can't get a discount from a computer, so you kind of have to sit down with a salesperson at some point. And I'm thinking, ugh, that's painful, right? That's so painful. Now think about it from a salesperson perspective. For some of the folks in this room who are engaging with clients in the market, for some of the people who work for the people in this room, think about what this means for salespeople. What this means is that all the stuff you were taught to do in sales training for the past 30 years, to go in and ask big open-ended questions like, what's keeping you up at night? You know, what are your MBOs? What's your strategy? How can we plug into that? To then talk about your solution, to talk about the features, the benefits, the feeds and speeds, how it outperforms your competitors' solutions, how you guys provide the best service in the industry, right? To then show the ROI. All those things happened, but they happened without you there to participate in the conversation. And now all the customer wants to talk to you about is, will you cave on price or our terms and conditions? Because the other 2 folks we pulled into the RFP process, they're willing to be flexible. How about you? It's a really tough place to be for salespeople. It forces people into a price-driven conversation that is just death in sales. It's just super painful. That will conclude the depressing portion of the presentation. So now we're talking about good news. What do we do about this? All right. That's awful, right? Imagine if we ended here. So good luck to everyone. Get out there. So